Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight is still looking pretty darn good. Bitcoin is still holding above 46,000. All coins are still doing very good, including a lot of hot NFT plays. Overall, the market is doing good, but there is a surprise. Today, someone in the financial industry, someone that you may have heard of before, said to DCA into Bitcoin. And that got me thinking, who else in the financial industry have over the years said not to DCA into Bitcoin? Well, I think most of you guys know who I'm talking about, Dave Ramsey. So I pulled up a short clip from 2014. Let's take a look at that. And also, let's look at what else is going on in the world of crypto. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And though I'm late occasionally, that's why you want to hit that notification bell to get notified, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, articles, and guides on CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right, let me change my screen here. So like I said at the intro, Bitcoin's at 46,000. It's holding just fine. Bitcoin has been so strong as of late. A lot of people still can't believe it. Can't believe that Bitcoin is this strong, especially with all the FUD recently about the infrastructure bill, right? Like if the infrastructure bill FUD came out 2 months ago, Bitcoin may have cracked below 28 or 29, but because of how strong things are now, it was just shrugged off like it didn't even happen, right? So Bitcoin and the entire market is very, very, very strong right now. And we are still nearing that 2 trillion market cap. Once again, 1.95 hasn't really moved. You can see BTC dominance have gone down, which means altcoins are showing a lot of strength right now. This morning, most things were in double digits. Tonight, things have cooled off a little bit, but still, you can see green across the board. Man, XRP is now above $1. Wow. It's still shooting up, but everything else is doing fine. For example, Matic. A lot of you guys have complained about why hasn't Matic moved? Why is it so steady? Well, you're rewarded for holding 21% today. 21%. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Today is just a good day. It's just a good day overall, right? So that's why a lot of people are feeling excited. And that's because there's just a lot of good news. Not only good news, a lot of buying, right? What causes Bitcoin to go up? Buying. There's a lot more buying than selling right now. So take a look at this. This shows you the Bitcoin balance. Okay, the reserves on the exchanges have just reached a 3-month low. Now, just this morning, someone asked me, hey, how many Bitcoins are there on the exchanges? Well, it's approximately about 2.5 million. And I like to remind you guys that Bitcoin, overall, the set number is 21 million, but this doesn't show it. On CMC, it used to show. But basically, it's about 19 million out of the 21 million that is the cap. So 19 million is what have been mined already. And if you think about 2.5 million out of the 19 million, that's it. That's on the exchanges. On all the spot exchanges out there, there's less than 2.5 million Bitcoins out of 19 million. So where's the 19 million? Okay, they're held by holders. Okay, those big wallets that never seem to move. Yeah, they're holding a lot of Bitcoins. A lot of holders over the years just keep buying more and more and more and stockpiling in their wallets. The miners are doing the same. Satoshi has done the same, right? There's very, very little Bitcoins that's floating around. And as this number drops more and more and more and more, that's when you go see Bitcoin's price fly high. everything we see on these coin indexes is based on spot prices on exchanges like Coinbase and so forth. But it's not really representative of how much is actually out there that is out of circulation. That's actually much more important if you think about it, but there's really no good way to judge that, right? You can't really judge whether or not that's what the price would be, right? But if everyone's holding behind the scenes and no one is selling on exchanges, well, the price goes up astronomically. So this is one of those good metrics that I like to show you guys and remind you guys, yeah, there's just a whole lot of buying right now. A lot of good press, a lot of good momentum. There's a lot of good metrics. And by all accounts, all indicators is showing that Bitcoin is on its way up, making the second wave, and heading to a new high by the end of this year. So pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so I mentioned two people. This may be a surprise. I saw this article. Some of you guys may know this personal finance guru, Suze Orman, who had a show on CNBC from 2002 to 2015 and has written 10 consecutive New York Times bestsellers about personal finance. 10 consecutive bestsellers. That's pretty hard to do. Okay, but anyway, Suze Orman has just came out and said, you know what? Hey, I don't think buying Bitcoin is a bad thing. I think you should hold it long term. And you should dollar cost average very little amounts. What's the little amounts? $100 a month, $100 a week. It really depends on your financial situation, right? So now everyone's coming out and saying, well, buying Bitcoin is not such a bad thing. Okay? And had you listened to her or anyone else over the years, well, you would be a multimillionaire. And I will prove that to you. But first, I found this clip from February 28, 2014. This is roughly when I first got in and left the market, unfortunately, because I was scared. I got in around December, January 2013, 2014, when Bitcoin first hit 1,200. I wanted to get in. That was the first time I was exposed to crypto. I got into Litecoin mining. I've shared this story with you guys before. My basement had like a dozen rigs going on. It's like 90-something degrees in my basement in the dead of winter. But things started coming down, right? So Litecoin at the time was like $40. Bitcoin was like 1,200. Started coming down really fast. And I sold out. I made a good amount by mining and I sold the equipment, but had I just continued or had I just held on, I'd be a much better situation. But this is around that same time when Bitcoin crashed down. Okay, so from, again, 1,200 all the way down to about $160. Now, around this time frame, I don't think this is the bottom yet, but it's close. $100 or $200, right around there. And, hold on one second. And, of course, Dave feels like he wants to chime in. He wants to chime in and basically poke fun of all the Bitcoiners out there, and he has done this over the years. The funny thing is about Dave is, and I don't discredit anything else he does, because if you listen to him, he really does help people that are in financial situations, especially the ones that are like financial illiterate, the ones that can't control themselves, the ones that have hundreds of thousands of personal debt, credit card debt, and Dave really helps them get out of that situation. But when it comes to investments like Bitcoin, Dave is just no, right? This is not his wheelhouse, and he doesn't want his audience, which is primarily, again, financial illiterate, to get into something riskier like Bitcoin. So I don't discredit anything else that he has done and he's doing right now, but this was just really, really bad advice. And this advice probably cost a lot of people millions upon millions of dollars. So this whole video is 8 minutes, but I'm just going to show you the last minute. Okay, so let me play this for you guys and let you decide yourself. All right, hold on. All right, let me turn my audio on. And boom.
Dinar of the internet.
All right, let me.
Of the internet. Bitcoin is the Iraqi dinar of the internet. And I know intelligent people who, while they're intelligent, are not wise, that have put a bunch of money in Bitcoin. But it's a really good way to turn $1 million into nothing, to play in unstable currencies that they're, and here's what you have. Let me tell you what Bitcoin is. It's WWW. It's the wild, wild west. You're back to the Western banking system. Because all of a sudden, one of these computer nerds just flips a switch. The whole freaking thing's gone. It has no value. They just got completely ripped off, and it took them down. And so the little hipster techie guys are sitting in front of the building with a sign that says, "Where's my money?" Well, honey, you never had any. It's not real money because it's not a stable currency that has any kind of a system that backs it, that has any kind of a system that protects. Well, I've made a lot of money in Bitcoin. You can make a lot of money trading dirt to somebody else trading dirt until people catch on that dirt's not a good idea to trade. You can trade gravel out of your driveway as long as you can get away with it. And so just because you made some money doing it doesn't mean that it was a bright idea. And so I'll go ahead and, I got all you Iraqi dinar people and all you gold people all pissed off at me. So let's just go ahead and add you Bitcoin people to the mix. You're stupid. You're going to lose your money. Be pissed at me. You shouldn't have put money in something wacko like that. People, money and handling your personal investments is not difficult. You put it in things that are tried and true, that have been around forever. You don't have to risk your dadgum life fortune in some made-up computer game. And that's basically what you're doing here. No backing. It's the wild, wild west. It's going to turn on its head, and you're going to lose your butt. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
All right, you guys heard it here first. Bitcoiners, you're stupid. You're stupid. And it's the easiest way to turn $1 million into zero. So like I said, for everything else that Dave does, he's brilliant at and he's good at. But this is one advice that costs a lot of people millions, multi-millions, okay? Not even just millions. Because at this point in time, Bitcoin, like I said, was around $200, $160. Going to 46,000, that's approximately 230 times. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot. Had you had $10,000 in Bitcoin in 2014 at its time, you would be sitting at over $2 million. Okay, and going back relating to this DCA advice, well, I decided to do that. So I decided to plug into this nifty website called Cost AVG. And from February 2018, 2014 till now, if you put in, or had you put in $100 per week, okay, I know $100 per week may be a lot, and I'll change that in a second, but had you put in $100 per week for the last basically 7.5 years in total, you would have invested about $39,000. But that $39,000 would be equivalent to $2 million today. Like I said, not even million, multi-million dollars, right? That's the power of DCA, and that's the power of Bitcoin. So, unfortunately, that costs a lot of people money. But again, to defend Dave, his audience is just, his audience is financial literate for the most part. People that are reckless with their financials, people that have a lot of debt. So I get where Dave is coming from, but still, this is just bad advice. And to call Bitcoiners all stupid, not a good look. Not a good look. All right. So moving on. Oh, by the way, even though that was 2014, obviously Dave heard about Bitcoin from 7 years ago. But right now, if you listen to any of his videos that involve Bitcoin, and obviously he knows what he's doing because he puts out specific videos about Bitcoin, or his marketing team does. But every time he gets a call about Bitcoin, he always pretends like he doesn't know about it, like he's never heard of it before. Like every single phone call over the last 7 years about Bitcoin, he pretends like he doesn't know and he's never heard about it. So that's also the funny thing about Dave whenever he talks about Bitcoin. But anyways. All right, what else is there? Well, today or tomorrow is the anniversary. Oh, no, oops, that's wrong article. Before I get into that, China kicking out the miners. Well, I've told you guys before, that's a fantastic thing. It makes Bitcoin more decentralized, and it incentivizes all the other miners to spin up more mining and get the hash power up so that they can accumulate more Bitcoin while difficulty is down. And that's exactly what has happened. So the five publicly listed Bitcoin miners have mined a total of 1,800 Bitcoins. That's a 58% increase over June. So this was July. Okay, and these are companies you guys have heard of before: Marathon, Ergo, Bitfarm, HUD8, and Riot Blockchain. And now they're actually producing more Bitcoins than the miners even from China. So that's fantastic. And overall, it's making Bitcoin's network more decentralized, and that's what we want. So again, we had all this FUD before. Now it just seems to have dissipated because really it wasn't FUD at all. It was just a little small setback. And if you look at the total hash rate, you can see that it's recovering nicely. Yes, we had a lot of miners push out of China, but again, that's a good thing for the network. And now you can see the hash power slowly come up and up and up and up. And pretty soon it'll go back to where it was. And we would just not even remember about it in the future. All right, lastly, MicroSailor and MicroStrategy, of course. This was a year ago. This is when MicroStrategy just came out of nowhere. MicroStrategy came out of nowhere and said, hey, I'm putting in $250 million into Bitcoin. At that time, buying about 0.1% of the total supply. 0.1% may not seem like a lot, but it was $250 million. And at that point, Michael bought 21,454. I did the math. It came out to be about $11,000 per Bitcoin. So that was a pretty good move. 4x from there, right? That 250 million has turned into $1 billion. And that was a year ago. I swear that it has not been a year. Like, I've been covering MicroStrategy so much, I'm still thinking that Michael bought his first, 250 million maybe like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. But man, time flew. It's been one whole year. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Today's DCA day. So I told you guys this morning, portfolio is looking fantastic. 53% increase over the last 30 days. And if you stretch it out even more, it's probably up even more. So this is pretty good so far. Obviously, the sample portfolio, the one I created with you guys, I only put in $5,000. I added $100 more, every week. So I put in about 4 times. So overall, I think my cost about $5,400, but it's $8,200. And today it's time to put in another $100. So right now you can see Bitcoin is trailing. I started out with 50% Bitcoin. It has dropped to about 45.5%. And why? Because the altcoins have been stronger. That's why. Right? That's why I stress to you guys to have that diversified portfolio, because when things are good, altcoins really run and they will help you gain on Bitcoin. And that's one of the easiest ways to gain on Bitcoin. So, of course, you look at the last 7 days, I mean, you have some terrific movers, 30-something percent. 30-something percent. What did I buy last week? I bought a little bit more Bitcoin last week. Not bad. 16% since last week. That's not bad. I bought Solana the week before, up 55%. I bought Harmony the week before that, up 57%. I bought Theta the week before that. It's up 70%. So these DCAs have been doing pretty well. So what else should I buy this week? There is one project that I haven't covered yet, but there will be a new partner pretty soon. So I was thinking about adding them, but they have been so hot, so I don't know if I should add them. Normally, when you DCA, at least the smart move is to DCA into something that has not gone up so much or something that is down, right? That's how you benefit. You could bring down your cost average. But right now, there's not a whole lot that's down. So, I've got all the big ones covered that I like. There's a few that I haven't added. For example, I do like PancakeSwap. I do like AMP. But they have been doing so well recently. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to DCA upwards. But I swore I was going to do one every single week. So There's a couple small ones I'm eyeing. Where is it? Den is another one. Den is another one that has come up really, really fast recently. Den, like, shot up before in April, like March, April, and then they crashed down, like tremendously crashed down. And now they're coming back in full swing, up almost 93% for the last week. So actually, that wouldn't be bad, except it's up 40% today. So that's just horrible time to be buying. You never want to really buy something that's up 40%. Or like IOTX that's up 160%. Makes no sense. Yes, I know they got added on Coinbase, but that just... You don't buy something when it's up 159%. That just doesn't make any sense. QuickSwap also got added on Coinbase, up 92% over the last 7 days. I mean, it's fantastic to be an altcoin holder right now, as long as you're picking the right ones. I honestly shouldn't have given this more thought before I live stream, because I honestly don't know what to buy. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to buy this project that I'm going to cover anyways, and I do like their potential, and it is sitting at number 161, Alluvium. So they are a play to, they're very similar to Axie Infinity, but a little bit different, more of an MMO type of setup, but they are all about NFTs, gaming. They have some fantastic founders, and they have been doing tremendously well. You could see that today, 15%, 7 days, 57%, 30 days, 300%. So this project has been on absolutely fire. So I don't care. I'm going to add $100 to this. You know, they're so high, $447. That's like I can only buy a fractional of one. So what's 100 divided by 447? 0.223. All right, I'm gonna buy them. I mean, like I said, it's hard to buy something on its way up, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyways. Alluvium. There we go. $100, and we'll see how this goes moving forward. All right. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, like, you know, just scrolling through here, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild, the recovery for some of these altcoins. Now, I will say not every altcoin has done well. I mean, there's a lot that, you know, after they sold off, they kind of stayed low, right? Unfortunately, they just don't have enough traction or momentum, not enough people paying attention to them. But the ones that do have a lot of followers, they're coming up in full swing. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. Os, I saw you send a super chat even before I started. I appreciate it. I didn't miss it. Someone asked about VThor. VThor is pumping up, although I still prefer VET over VThor. VThor is used for transactions, and it is inflationary. But VET is set supply. There's no inflation to it, so I do like VET more. But I know VThor tends to pump too, so not a bad hold. Not a bad hold. Phil saying DCA to Dentacoin. No thanks. No thanks. Avi, someone mentioned about Avagachi. I have covered that before. They're like Tamagotchi, exactly like Tamagotchi, but they have a whole, what is their symbol? Ghost? Yeah. They have been doing pretty well too. You could see that 82% of the last 30 days, right? They're almost back to their high. Actually, I take that back. Let me go back. Yeah, they're almost back. I mean, besides a spike, they're actually at a high. So they're also promising NFT project, relatively small cap, 83 million, and has a good team. And basically, you can create these little ghosts that you could actually play in games too. And there's a whole marketplace where you could dress them up and you could sell these ghosts as well and buy ghosts. So a lot of these play to earn games or just games in general, you know, they're picking up steam once again. Do I own any Doge? Yes, I do. I think it's irresponsible not to hold some Doge because there's just so many people that's holding it, and it's a big cap, and it's in the top 10. So it's not going to go away anytime soon. Chili's or Engine? Whew. I like both too much. I would spread it out. Both of them. What site is this? Can you see on top? Live Coin Watch. Someone says don't miss Helium. I just covered Helium yesterday. Helium is doing fantastic. You know, 30% for the last 7 days. They got a big investment from Alameda Research and A16Z. And people did confirm that it is very, very hard to get these miners. I heard it's just you have to wait and wait and wait. And people chimed in yesterday saying that they've been waiting for like 3 months, still not able to get the miner. So hopefully they mass produce that for the future. All right, now I'm starting to catch up to these super chats. I scrolled up a little bit too high there. All right, let's see. Do you think Mana is still goodbye? Yes. Mana, Decentraland, Virtual World. Yes. It's still early. It's still early. Like I said, when you DCA, it's hard to do it on the way up. But if you're truly doing DCA, you're supposed to set it and forget it, regardless if it goes up or down, because you're cost average over the long haul. So I get that, you know. It goes against your intuition to buy something when it's on up. But if you're truly DCA, you're setting a schedule like I am, like I'm like, hey, every Wednesday I'm gonna buy $100, right? Regardless if things are pumping or things are dumping, I'm gonna do that and do it over long haul. You know, it works just like this cost average calculator for Bitcoin. Despite Bitcoin going up and down, up and down, up and down, had you put in $100 every week, you would be sitting at $2 million. $2 million. That's life-changing wealth just by putting $100 a week. So think about that. Think about that. Do a meetup in Denver. Thoughts of Infinity from Engine. Infinity sounds interesting, but it's a collaboration with Polkadot, and it's kind of like a weird relationship. So I don't know if Polkadot like hired Engine to do it, or Engine decided to just come out with it to come out on Polkadot. I don't know how it's transpired, but it does sound interesting. And if they can bring on a lot of DeFi onto it, it's going to help. It's going to help Polkadot quite a bit, and it's going to help Engine, right? It's relatively new, so we'll see how they do. But I do like Engine a lot. Thoughts on TrueFi going to Coinbase Pro? TrueFi have shot up recently, a ton. And I like the project. They're one of the only DeFi projects that allow uncollateralized loans, which sounds dangerous, but there is like a custom, credit rating that they come up with, and they allow stakers to vote on it. That's the interesting thing. So the team doesn't vote to approve a loan or not. It's the stakers that do. So it's a very interesting concept. But they also got huge investment too. Wait, maybe I was. Yeah, they did. Sam asked about Engine and Chili's. Divided out. I think they're both really good. Benjamin Meyer. Okay. Thank you. Hospitality workers got a raw deal. Okay. Well, thanks for your support. Charles likes Everpedia. Do you? No, not anymore. I liked them before because they brought over a co-founder of Wikipedia, and because of that, they were allowed to just import the entire database from Wikipedia. But since then, he has left, and it seems like they have not been doing a good job of updating it. So the content is just not up to date anymore. So, LivePeer, I know a lot of people like LivePeer. There's a lot of investments into them. Like there's a trust, Coinbase. There's a whole bunch of listings for them, but I haven't done a deep dive, and I still honestly like Theta better. But we'll see. LivePeer is also on Ethereum, so I don't know if they plan on moving to layer 2. A lot of projects are moving to layer 2 because it makes sense right now, but I don't know the plans for LivePeer. Synthetic I would stay away from because all the FUD around security tokens. I would stay away from synthetics. Tech Views has 100K in altcoins. You think you could hit the million mark by December? I'm not going to say it's impossible. It's hard. Just don't risk it. Okay, I take it back. Don't be too risky, okay? Because if you're trying so hard, if you try so hard to achieve that 10x, you may make mistakes. What I like to say is let the gains come to you. Select the right projects and don't make any rash decisions or moves, and let the gains come to you. But if you try to chase the gains, and I've experienced this too, if you try to chase it too hard, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to lose out on gains. So hopefully that helps you. Link is good, but it sounds like you're only in Link, Sam. Be diversified, but Link is still one to hold on to. Ergo unveiled the Ergo Dex beta today. I heard about that. I heard about it, but I have not checked it out yet. But I know Charles loves Ergo. Yeah, that's why I like Ergo. I think it's probably the most anticipated project to be launched in the Cardano ecosystem. Did I miss anything? I'm scrolling up here. Make sure I don't miss anything. Have I seen NFT protocol? The DEX is launching this month. No, I have not. I don't know which protocol that is. I don't like Utrust. Someone asked about Utrust. Have you checked out Efinity from Engine? Yeah, I just got done talking about it. It's a collaboration between Polkadot and Engine, Efinity. It's going to be a brand new chain, just focused on DeFi. If they can get good projects to come on board, it's going to be a massive success. I'm planning exit to avoid massive losses during the freaking bear market. Do you think taking 1,000 a day and put it into my USD wallet is smart? Well, sure, but you got to have a schedule. You have to have a plan. Like for me, I've said this before. Once we break 64,000 and we start heading new, making new highs like 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, I'm gonna just take 10% off the top. Just keep taking 10% off the top because you can't time top. You don't know where it's gonna go, right? Just have cash on the side. So if we do come down, okay, and it may not be 85%, it may be 60% or 50%. You'll be able to take advantage, right? Or I will be able to take advantage. So that's what I plan on doing. Why is there such cult-like following to the XRP would be 50K theory? No one says 50K. It's $589, but that's too long of a story. I don't want to explain it. Check out Ben's interview with Plan B. Very interesting. Okay, I will. Do you see VET, XRP, ADA, all three can go 3x from here? Yes. Yes, definitely. Because I see Bitcoin going 3x from here. If Bitcoin go 3x from there, all those could go 5 to 10x. More likely, probably like 10x. If Bitcoin goes 3x, they could go 10x, I believe. Have I seen Wilder Worlds, NFT metaverse like decentralized, very low cap and climbing steadily? No, I haven't. I know Sandbox is like Decentraland 2, but Wilder World. They have been climbing pretty well. Where are they at? Just on Uniswap and Gate.io. Let's take a look. Decentralized NFT marketplace and artist guild. Well, that doesn't sound like a game at all. It sounds like it's an NFT marketplace. I don't know. This doesn't sound like Decentraland at all. So no. I never got into Red Fox Labs or Rarible. Yeah, I just never got into them. Why are most YouTubers sleeping so hard at Theta? I'm not. I've been supporting Theta for quite some time. And I put in my portfolio. I own it myself. I told you guys Theta is fantastic. I love Theta. Other than their NFT team, which is still ignoring me. So I still don't like that. But the project is good. George, I'm making shirts to spread the word where I live. My user logo. Unfortunately, no. Don't use my logo. Don't use it. Revolution Pupily. I've seen that before. Yeah, it's like some... I don't know. It looks too wild for me. It's like overthrowing the government or something like that. I don't know. What are some free resources that you use for TA and on-chain data? There's not a whole lot that's free. TA, you can find all indicators on TradingView. You can find them on GetRx too. RX, getrx.org or .com. But you could look into like something like Look Into Bitcoin. That has a lot of on-chain metrics. You know, stock to flow, Pi, 200-week moving average, a lot of these other ones. Right? Look Into Bitcoin. This is a good one. When will you advise me to DCA out with ADA, XRP, and BET? At what price? I don't know. I'm not going to specifically tell you, but you have to figure that out. Everyone's DCA strategy and everyone's profit-taking strategy is different. It really depends on the situation. Like for me, I don't plan on cashing out everything. Even though I'm going to take profits on the way up, I'm going to keep a lot in it because I just don't need it. There's nowhere else to park the money. And I believe crypto is going to go much higher. Even after this cycle, every cycle it's going to go higher. So, but that's not the case for a lot of people. A lot of people really, they want to be more aggressive with profit taking, or they want to plan on cashing it all out because they want to buy a house with it or something, right? So everyone's different. You have to decide what's right for you. Crypto Truth, do you think it's smart with a low six-figure portfolio to start taking 1,000 a day in profits into USD while the market is booming? I kind of answered that, Crypto Truth. No, if you're just doing it like that, it could work for you, but that's not something that I would do. You may take out everything before we actually really start moving. So, I guess if you think that's the best for you because you've made a lot of money with your portfolio, then go ahead and do it. But for me, I'm going to stick with the schedule and I'm going to set with a percentage. So that's how I'm going to do it. But right now, we're at 46,000. We're not even back at 64,000. So for me, I'm not worried about profit taking. I'm going to worry about it after we break that high. Zilliqa is still good. Really good. Reserve rights, I don't know. I've never been into it, so can't tell you much. TrueBit, I forgot what TrueBit was. I've looked into it before. Yeah, it's, what is it? Wasn't it to layer in... Yeah, it's like some other way to layer in smart contracts. I thought it was like privacy. That may be another project. Yeah, I can't tell you much about it. I just don't know enough. I don't know enough. Okay, Devrati, as much as I appreciate your super chats, you're asking the wrong questions. You're asking the wrong questions, okay? So there's no one can tell you what peak price is. No one can tell you peak prices. You just figure out what is your strategy in terms of profit taking. All these questions are basically because you're fearful that you're going to miss out on the top and you don't want to miss out on your profits. Okay? So the best way to do it is start taking profits. Figure out what you want to do. If you want to take off $100, $1,000 every week or every month, or you want to take off 10% or 50% off the top every time we go up, you have to figure that out. Don't rely on anyone's price prediction to dictate when you're going to take profits out. No one will be able to tell you to do that. You have to be disciplined, just like DCA, how you're disciplined to buy. You have to be the same thing, do the same thing for profit taking. All right, guys, last few questions. StormX I just like to see more users. They don't have a lot of users right now. Missed out on some alts before this current pump. Should I wait? No, you should DCA. Dollar cost average, sprout your buys. When you wait, you might be waiting forever and you can't really tell if there's a bottom or a top. I mean, it's just impossible to tell. Dollar cost average and sprout your buys. All right. What percentage of my ETH should I stake, if any? If you're going to hold on long term, why not? Stake it. Stake it. Just remember, if you staked into Beacon Chain, you can't take it out until the ETH 2.0 is out. As for percentage, it's up to you. 100%, 80%, 50%. If I looked at Olympus, no. Ernest, thank you. No need. You're in Patreon ready, but thank you anyways. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. Hey, Bitcoin is coming back up again. 46.1, 46.2. Overall, Bitcoin in the market is very, very, very strong. I've been showing you guys so many metrics, on-chain data, a lot of news about buying. I mean, this is why I've told you guys to stay in the game. A lot of FUD, a lot of games. Bitcoin could be volatile. I've said it's the price of admission to be in crypto, right? The volatility. But if you can withstand that and you can look past it and focus on the future, well, then you're going to be doing just fine. Unfortunately, Dave did not give some good advice in 2014. It cost many, many, many people a lot of money, but that is why you need to make your own judgment. You need to do your own homework and understand what you're getting into. And if you understood Bitcoin, you will not be in this situation. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right?